everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. It's great to see you. This video is kind of a celebratory video, sort of. I decided I was going to let myself do a little drugstore haul. Drugstore is really where my heart is. I feel like that's the stuff on my channel that I really get the biggest kick out of. And I decided to let myself do a dual drugstore haul, Walmart and Ulta, in the spirit of finishing the school year, finishing a whole year of remote learning with Belle in kindergarten. Granted, she had actual teachers that were like dishing out the curriculum and everything, but I was on the other end making sure everything got done and helping and all that. And it felt like wrapping up the school year last week. Like, I felt emotional about it. I felt sad about it, but I also felt really like accomplished. I felt like I took on a new adventure or something. That's what that felt like. So I did a celebratory drugstore makeup haul. I put it all in this makeup bag and I'm gonna put it on today and we're just gonna have a good time, okay? All drugstore, all fun. So I've already got my moisturizer on, my sunscreen. I've been using now for 2 nights straight my Isle of Paradise, the Hydrating Glow Serum Self-Tanning stuff. Now that's the kind that's not straight up drops that you mix into moisturizer, like it's just a serum in itself. And I remember talking about that with you guys, saying like, I'm not sure if it's doing nearly as much as the other one, but these last couple times I've used more. I've used like 3 big drops and the face felt wet after blending it in, but it did like kind of sink in. That's what I've done for 2 nights, and I don't look like a real bronzed goddess here with all this light on me, but I feel like just looking at myself in the mirror, I can definitely tell a skin tone boost. But first off, this is something I found in Ulta. I went there in person and I was able to just like kind of browse around. I hadn't done that in a while. In fact, somebody almost like sold me on my own palette. But I found this and I hadn't even heard of Milani having this. I don't know if this is just brand new or I completely missed it, but Milani is getting on that skin tint train. You tell me, camera, where do you want to focus? Okay, right there. It's called Glow Hydrating Skin Tint 210 Light to Medium, 29% squalane in this, and it says electrolytes, coconut water blend. This will be just like my second time using this. Light to medium, I felt like I could have gone right between this shade and the one lighter, but since I'm doing some self-tanning and whatnot, might as well go with this shade. So yeah, and I think this will work out well for me in the long run over summer. So we're just dabbing it around all over. It has a really moisturizing feel, and once you do get it all blended in, you're like, wow, lots of hydration with this one. Could perhaps be the kind of tinted moisturizer or skin tint where you think, yeah, moisturizer before this might be optional, Some are more like foundation in their consistency, where I think you really need that moisturizer ahead of time if you're normal to dry. But yeah, I'm gonna take my F80 today. I'll just blend this in so you can see what kind of coverage we got. I was up last night watching the 3-hour Idol finale. I won't spoil who won, just in case you're saving up for that. It is 3 hours. Not all of us have that kind of time at night, right? Might have to split it up between multiple days. Try to separate yourself from social media for a while so you don't find out the winner. But I just love some of the different songs they came back with, and the guy who did the duet with Katy Perry. What is his name? Get with it, Em. You gotta remember this stuff. The guy with the kind of like blonde curly hair up top and the sort of high voice. He sang the duet with Katy toward the end. He was not even in the running to win it. He'd been eliminated a couple weeks ago. And that song that they sang together was so beautiful. Number 1, the song was great. Number 2, the way they shot the whole thing, it was like they were the only 2 people in existence. The lighting was gorgeous, gorgeous like silhouettes and profiles of each of them as they sang, and I just thought that couldn't have been a more beautiful performance. So that's one maybe you want to just go ahead and look up on YouTube or something. There were some really great performances, and Luke Combs came on, sang with Chase. That was nice too. Okay, so I've got this all blended in. You can see a lot of glow. If you could just feel my skin, maybe you can just sense through the camera with how glowy I look. I've got a lot of moisture on the skin, a lot of hydration with this one. Now I'm already really hydrated underneath, but dang. Something I saw at Ulta that I didn't really know about was this Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer. It says waterproof tattoo covering. They really had me at tattoo covering. No, I do have one tattoo. It's a little megaphone from the cheer days. Ultra covering liquid concealer with matte finish, covers instantly dark circles, blemishes, and tattoos, long lasting and waterproof. I got light ivory. And let's just dab it on and see how it goes. I'm not gonna over apply like I did yesterday. Yesterday I had an ocean of this stuff on. I feel like a little goes a long way, but you're gonna think, given the consistency, because it feels like thinner than, let's say, Shape Tape or e.l.f., you're gonna think like, oh dear, I'm gonna have to go hard with this if you don't. And then I'm gonna take this little brush from Real Techniques, which is it's like technically a highlighter brush, but it's a perfect little size for buffing in concealer. So this is gonna give me that brightness, and it really is covering nicely. I would say not covering quite as well as e.l.f., but still, like, a little does go a long way. Maybe it's the shade of this, like being so brightening in contrast with my foundation or tinted moisturizer, but I feel like if I put too much of this on, it just looks like, wow, way too much concealer, way too much lightness. So I think I have to watch it because of the shade. It really is doing a decent job, and from a distance I'm like, okay, that's fine, but I look up close and I can see like quite a bit of texture around the under eye area when I've got this on. And I had a hunch yesterday that was just because I put so much dark concealer on, and I'm like, oh, I'm seeing it a lot, go figure. But now I put on quite a bit less and I still feel like I'm seeing like a lot of texture there. It takes a lot for me to like meet e.l.f. Camo Concealer, either of their versions. Like, I really like them both. It takes a lot for something to kind of like match up with that. I don't have just a plain powder, so I'm gonna have to grab one out. Let's use our Maybelline Fit Me. This is in the shade Fair. I've had this for a long time. I just think this is a fantastic, fantastic drugstore loose powder. I'm just gonna dab this on here. Oh, I burned myself on the oven last night making zucchini rotisserie chicken casserole. So good. I need to put the recipe down below. It's really easy. There's not a ton of ingredients, and it tastes amazing. And it gets better, like, even in the leftovers, I feel like. But yeah, that's not a swatch, that's a burn. So I'm still feeling like really dewy and kind of tacky elsewhere on the face. Do I set with an additional powder? Just because I think maybe I should, at least lightly. The reason why I'm not going to set all over with Fit Me is just because this is a nice sort of light brightening shade, and I want to maintain that brightness around my eyes. So what I'll do is take a pressed powder. This is the Infallible Freshware, that like kind of powder foundation. It's really what you make of it. You know, you wear it lightly. It's like just a general powder. You really lay it on thick with the sponge. It looks more like foundation. Or use a more like full coverage brush with it. You can definitely get more coverage out of this. But now I'm just using it lightly, and yeah, that totally takes care, just a light bit, takes care of that really dewy texture on the surface of my skin. And some of the stuff in my haul, you guys, it's not all like super new. Some of it's just like a, oh, I never noticed that before kind of item. And this is one that I got from Walmart, and it's from Physicians Formula. It's the Bronze Booster. I got it in medium to dark. And did anybody know that they have something called season to season bronzer? Like, who knew? Tell me who knew about this. Winter, spring, fall, and summer. I mean, there's that tiny dot of gold in the middle, but I don't even think that's overspray. It's not coming off real easily, but I just liked the multiple tones here. I thought it could be an easy, like, even multitasking product as eyeshadow if you wanted it to be. But I'm just gonna swirl my brush in all of it and apply. And it comes with its own little brush down beneath, but I like to use this BK Beauty 107. And you know, I like it. I like the tone. It's not too light, not too dark. Obviously we can customize the color a bit, but I like it being in those sections where you got your top two that you can just go into and maybe hit the top of the cheek and make it more of like just, oh, I just got a little sun in those areas. But then you got your bottom part where if you want to contour, you can totally get that job done. So for me, this tone really works, but there was a claim on the box I need to ask you about. It says our exclusive glow activator technology helps to enhance and extend the life of your tan glow and improve skin's radiance. Wait, did it actually say extend the life of your tan? Is this somehow tanning me on some level? Or like, what does that even mean? I need to get on the website and read further. I don't know. But as you can see, it's doing the job for me. It's giving me that glow, giving me that nice soft contour, and I like it. I was glad I tried that one. I'm a little mad at myself because in this celebratory haul, I did not get a new blush. Like, what was I thinking? Probably thinking that I had enough blush. I'll just use one that I have on hand. This is L'Oreal True Match. This is in the shade Sweet Ginger. It's got a little bit of a gentle sheen to it. I have a couple from L'Oreal that are like that, and they're really nice blushes. They're not like gonna be as glowy as Beauty Bakery Cotton Candy Champagne, but they look pretty on the skin. They kind of remind me of the glow level of certain, like, maybe CoverGirl Cheekers blushes. This is a pretty shade, is it not? It's from the neutral color family. Nothing wrong with a little peachy blush. I like that. Not new, but love it. Now, you guys, in the Allure video where I tried on the full face of Reader's Choice favorites, I didn't have the e.l.f. Baked Highlight, and that was what won for the highlighter category. Well, I decided next time I did a Walmart order, I was gonna get that, and I did. And I've been playing with it, and a lot of you like validated what I was saying about this in that video, because I said I first tried it quite a long time ago and I remember not liking it, and I've since decluttered it. And then a lot of you all said, yeah, that's a highlighter where you gotta like scrape off the top layer with your fingernail or something, and then you get to a more pigmented surface of the product. So I'm like, oh dear. But I placed the order for it. I wanted to try it out again, and guys, this doesn't seem quite so bad. It seems different from, I mean, I can't think I would have let go of something that was like this back when I first had it, because this actually seems decent. The texture is nice. It's soft, like it's performing more like a Laura Geller baked product. You know, she's pretty much nailed how to do baked, and this seems so nice. Like, it seems soft and easy. This is the shade Moonlight Pearls. I think there may have been one other shade to choose from. I bought it on the app where they shop for you, so. But I honestly don't have too many complaints. I mean, it's soft and glowy. I feel like that one from Milani that I talked about really liking in the Allure video, that's still my favorite because I just love that soft, buttery texture. And I feel like if you wanted it to go super far and really do something drastic, that one could definitely do it. But this is giving me a nice soft glow, and I'm not working hard for it, and I'm not scraping the product off. So maybe they have made some improvements. I'm putting a little on the Cupid's bow here. I don't know, guys. Better than it used to be. While I was at Ulta looking at the Essence stuff, I found this Hello Good Stuff 3-in-1 face mist with watermelon extract, and just seeing the watermelon there, I was like, yeah, I need to try that. We need to give it a test mist, because earlier I got like a ton of big droplets on myself. It is an identifiable watermelon scent. It's not like quite as perfect as some of those recent Milani fruity ones. Like, those were just so intense and good, but this one's not bad. Nice fine mist once you get it going. But this and the highlight have allowed us to come full circle for this look. We started with the glowiness from the tinted moisturizer, then we got all matte and covered, and now we're back to the glow. But just the way we want it, glowing on our own terms there. It says a sprinkle of melon kisses. I didn't know I needed that, but 90% natural ingredients in this, and the size is just 1.69 fluid ounces. This is what they sold. There wasn't like a bigger size, but it's about the size of a standard mini spray bottle. Alrighty, so face is done, and we're gonna do brows, and I got this Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Gel Mascara in medium brown. Fun fact, this did not come from Walmart or Ulta. I actually picked this up after I got my second dose of the COVID vaccine. I just saw a new brow product and felt the need to try. So this is cool. I like this. The little brush has long bristles on one end and then really, really short, tight to the wand bristles on the other. And when you use the shorter side, you feel more product laying down. And then when you use the longer side, you get more of a brush through. So I really like that it's that way, because it's almost like it's an applicator and then a spoolie all in one, because the longer bristled side gives you that spoolie, just raking it on through feel. And the fact that it comes out so nicely cleaned off out of the tube, you know, it can maintain that and you won't get too gooped. But the product that you're actually putting on, like, it's giving you some color, and it's really giving you some hold also. I am a pretty big fan of this one, and you'll notice this is all I'm using in my brows. So I'm kind of fluffing up my inside part there, and then just depositing and brushing through. Super easy. Did I mess up there? And you can kind of use the tip if you've got areas where you really want a lot of product laying down. But overall, you use the flat side to apply, the long side like it's a spoolie, and it's gonna work really well. And the hold is great. Now that it's starting to dry down, I can really feel it locking in, and I wore this yesterday too, and I was just very impressed with how it kept the hold and all, and just looked like still a very finished brow with only using the one product. So I like that. Again, it's called Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Gel Mascara. Medium brown for me in that one. Guys, I got a different eye primer to try. I know, who am I? I'm doing a celebratory haul. I do not buy blush, and I force a product that I'm super loyal to step aside for something new. Who am I? e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. Ulta had this stuff kind of on a very prominent display, and they had several different shades. This is the one called Cream. So I want to say there was something a little lighter than this. Well, there was a white, that's what it was. White, cream, and then one that said rose that seemed through the frosted jar to be a little deeper than this. So I wanted something that was kind of like skin tone, and it really is that putty feel, so it's not incredibly like tacky. Like you can tell there's some moisture in it, but for all y'all who like to see my lids neutralized, how do we like this? It's a good tone, this one is for me. But it's kind of like a little hard to spread. It doesn't spread like Milani eyeshadow primer. It's just a totally different texture of product. But I kind of thought I might use this if I get into doing some more artsy things on my eye perhaps, and I want like sort of a blanked out area, and this would give you that. Like this is very full coverage. And then I got a palette from Walmart. This is from Profusion. So Profusion went totally different with this. We're used to seeing them doing those 10 color palettes, or you know, their larger rectangular palettes. And then they have this I Love You So Brunch 21 shade palette. And yeah, I kept the Walmart exclusive sticker and this little sticker on there because I don't care. I saw somebody using this on TikTok and I thought it looked like a lot of fun actually. It's got a lot of neutral, it's got 2 glitter textures, matte and shimmer mix, a lot of color in here as well. So let's play with this today, shall we? I was probably just hungry when I ordered this and said brunch. Ooh, why a brunch themed palette? It's just kind of funny because this brand is not the queen of themed palettes. They're the queen of like doing something basic and calling it exactly what it is, like violets. Here's your purple palette. But that's okay, whatever. I have no idea where to begin because I know you guys probably don't just want to see a look with these up here, or do you? Let's start with Latte. Okay, we'll begin there. Okay, just because we gotta start somewhere, right? So we'll get a little creasel action here. This could be a very nice everyday palette. The texture, I was playing with it the last couple days actually, and the textures feel like what I know and love about Profusion. Nicely pigmented, easy to work with. This is just a blend of shades and textures that I'm not used to seeing from them because things tend to stay more monochromatic in their palettes, unless they're intentionally doing a flat out rainbow, which will have Roy G. Biv in it. Things just aren't as crazy as this. It's their chaotic palette. So I've got that shade called Latte, just all over my crease. I'm just finding it hard to think of what to do. Let's do a little like bright yellow pop. This shade called Sunday Funday. It kind of looks like a matte, but with the tiniest like sparkle. Ooh, pretty. We definitely shouldn't take for granted the fact that this yellow is showing up this full on right now. Bright and sunshiny on a Monday as I shoot this. Like I'm building it up a little, but it honestly doesn't need it too bad. Getting that all over my inner part of the lid. What would be pretty right beside that? I think I'm gonna use this matte pink right here called Best Friend. Ooh, that's pretty. And you know, that's gonna create kind of a pretty thing, I think, as it overlaps. Hopefully it doesn't just completely dominate that yellow, but instead creates sort of an orangey overlap maybe. A little bit. Gosh, that's a really pretty shade. Profusion, I think it's cool. I think you should totally be allowed to make a flower-shaped brunch-themed palette if you want to, but I hope you don't stop doing like your basic palettes that say like bear and smoky and violets and all that. Like, can you keep making those? Because we like those. Not that we don't like this too, but we really like those. Okay, it's like pink lemonade right now. I feel like I'm using a Huda Neons palette at the moment. There's this kind of plummy looking brown called Acai Bowl, and I'm taking a little bit of that on my sort of small brush here. Okay, that's not laying down too intensely, but I'm trying to just create a little bit more of a crease and perhaps like shape the look even more. And then I'm thinking about going in with a totally different random color on the lower lash line. This is a little softer, a little easier than I expected it to be. There's like no fallout coming off from it. You know, it's dark. It's pretty much the darkest in the palette, but it's being pretty easy to work with. Okay, got that kind of shape going. Let's do it over here too. As you can see, I'm kind of taking this smallish brush. I'm doing a circular motion type deal right out here. And I'm thinking about coming up from the outer corner of the eye, down from the mid crease, and we're starting to build in the direction of the outer point of the eyebrow, end point of the eyebrow. So are you guys still doing like some summer learning stuff with your kids? Because our dear sweet teacher actually gave us a really nice like packet of stuff to prevent, what you call it, the summer slide, summer slump, I don't know. But Belle's all about it. That little one is a go-getter. Before she goes to bed last night, she's like, Mommy, I can't wait to do some more schoolwork tomorrow. She's so like little adult. She, for example, if I do an Instacart order, she wants to sit at the computer, watch the things come in, and let me know if there were any replacements. Like she's just funny like that. She's got her act together. Hopefully she can teach me some things. Virgo is her astrological sign, by the way. To anybody who follows that, that'll make a lot of sense to you. Us girls in this family were earth signs. Biddy's a Capricorn, I'm a Capricorn, and Nookie's a Virgo. Nookie is Belle's longtime nickname. Okay, so see what I've done there? I've sort of taken that shade, given us some shape and direction, sort of. I'm thinking I might go in with a nice bold liner right now. I'm gonna use that Epic ink from NYX. It went on beautifully, brush tip, Allure Reader's Choice winner. I'm gonna use that to do a wing liner, and then I'm gonna connect up with it from the bottom with one of the other, like maybe blues or greens. Talk about easy. Like, I'm not even pressing, I'm not even trying. Well, I kind of am trying. Liquid liner's not really one of those things you could put on and be like, it was effortless. Some kinds are easier than others, but if you could see me, you would see that I'm resting my elbow on the table, and that steadies me. And then another point of steadying is this finger that's touching my cheek. I never talk about that, but that helps the whole thing flow. Now this side, I don't rest my elbow on anything when I do this side, but I do still have my finger touching my face to stabilize. So there we are with our pink lemonade on top and some dope liner. I'm gonna go light on the lower inner rim. And then I'm going to clean off my little angled liner brush here. Let's start with some of this shade called Hangout. It's a shimmery royal blue. And get a little bit of that going right down here. It might be kind of hard to see the color. Can you see it? I'm just getting right in line with my wing and then taking it straight down. That's pretty. I can hear David saying this is a palette you should play palette bingo with, because then that'll give you some ideas and some direction. Then I think I'll use Recharge, which is the shimmery turquoise, because I think that'll kind of show and pop. We'll overlap some of that blue and just pull it all the way in. Nice. It's sometimes hard to make the lower lash line show and just pop as much as the upper lash line, because it's just, you know, smaller surface area that you're applying to, but this really is showing for me nicely. Then I think I'll just take a little bit of this shimmer here called Cheers, light shimmer, apply a little bit of that around the inner corner, like that. I got the Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume because I was kind of wondering, I mean, I know I have used this, but it was quite a few years ago, and I wanted to just get a fresh comparison in my mind to the one that's green that everyone talks about, which is the False Lash Effect. This is the Sculpted Volume, and what I could tell from the other day when I was using this, what I took from it was that I think this one sort of deposits a little more product on the lashes, and it builds up, it seems, a bit more quickly, and it's very thickening. Can anybody else confirm or deny on that? But furthermore, what differences do you notice between these and the one that's pink? The ongoing saga here. Why do my lashes not even look like I curled them? What the heck? So the brush is just curved like this, natural bristles. And look at how fast. Like, that's almost showing up the way Superhero does. Okay, I'm gonna give that side a second because I want to build on it, but I know that it needs to dry down just slightly before it'll take. So shine bright tonight, you and I were beautiful like diamonds in the sky. We're popping it on here. Yes, there is a little mirror in this brunch palette. That's what I'm using. Trying to look down into it, which is the key, I think. Also, removing rogue hairs from your face is another key. Like, I just like the way this builds. And I like how that yellow shadow is kind of like a fun lash backdrop. It's like, here's my lashes right in front of the setting sun behind them. I feel like either I didn't curl my lashes very well or this is heavy on them because I just don't feel like it's keeping the curl. Not keeping the curl, girl. Okay, let's do some Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions on the bottom just because trust, you know, trust and faith. Are you seeing that turquoise lower lash line? Am I getting credit for this? Damn, you never do anything but berry. One new lip color. It's from Milani, and I got this because I saw somebody raving about it on TikTok. It's the Milani lipstick in the shade Teddy Bear. I happen to know this has been around a long time. I remember being in the old house, and I may have gotten some of this like long ago. I think I'd had some in PR, but now, like, I don't know. I'm really wanting this shade, and I saw somebody talking about how good it was. I was like, yes, I need that. It's like a cream lipstick here, bringing that brownish feel, making me feel like the kind of lipstick I might have worn in like high school or college. Only I was probably going for shimmer back then. But I think this is so pretty, actually. Got a little rosiness in it, but quite a bit of brown. It was kind of necessary, I think, to pair with this eye look because we needed just something a little calm. I'm taking this Estee Lauder Double Wear Lip Liner in Rose. It's just what I had handy. My Milani one, I think, is back in a drawer somewhere. I was looking for nude entrance, but this will work. Just kind of perfect the line a little bit. I've been getting more into lip liner lately. Kind of blinking down onto the brows, onto the lashes, because now it'll take... See, it's pretty. It's a pretty mascara. I just wish, like, maybe I need to just go find a place to get what they call a lash lift. Is that where they like perm your lashes into a curl? Because I'm not really wanting to get the lash extensions because I feel like I'd be sensitive to them. And I also just don't want the same looking lash all the time. And I feel like it kind of throws people off. Like, I've seen people get on YouTube and start their video and they've got the lash extensions on and they look practically like the look is finished, you know, because it's like they've got falsies already on their face. And it's like, not that you can't do that, but it sort of throws the viewer, I think, because you're looking like you're done when you're not really done, and the look wouldn't look the same, or you wouldn't have the same satisfaction of the look on a face that didn't have those thick ass lashes on there. Sorry, got my freshly cleaned hair. It's got some volume. So here's my look. I gotta say that mascara, it's doing so many things right, but I think it's a little heavy. Maybe with some more use out of it, when it's not quite so fresh and new, it won't quite have this effect on my lashes. But I think this eye palette is actually kind of fun, and I think it's got like enough really wearable neutrals to keep me sort of going for it, kind of intrigued by it. It's got like your neutrals, your warmth, and then your fun. And it is really nice quality, very pigmented. This Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint, just keep in mind, very, very dewy on the surface of the skin. You're going to feel that, you're gonna keep feeling that until you purposely like set it. And even after lightly setting it with powder, I would say I still feel quite a bit of hydration. So if you're super duper oily, this one might not be your bestest bet. If you're very dry, maybe you're looking for something really quenching like this. This, I gotta say, a little better than I was expecting it would be. Kind of like this Four Seasons bronzer. I think that's fun. And the Putty Eye Primer, I think is gonna be really nice if you want to completely blank out an area on your eye and get a nice like crisp, maybe cut crease or something. Maybe I'll do something like that. I think this will set you up well for that kind of a look. I did like this brow thing, this Brow Fast Sculpt from Maybelline, because I think it's a very smart brush design that creates application and spoolie all in one. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yay for summer, and I will see you soon. Bye. Love you.